Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Ask Us Anything at the Wolves of Alt Street. My name is Nexus, and as always, it is my pleasure to be your host for today. We are presenting WinBinary, a Binance Smart Chain token that seeks to implement BUSDA, Binance US dollar-based rewards for gaming, as well as to solve a number of problems in the gaming and gambling ecosystems. We are joined by Andy, and before we begin, as always, I'd like to let everyone know this show does not represent my personal financial advice or the financial advice coming from the team at WinBinary. This is solely a show for entertainment and informational purposes only. It does not constitute investment advice in any way. With that said, welcome all. And Mr. Andy, it is a pleasure to have you joining us today. How's it going?
Going well. Pleasure to be here.
Awesome. I'm very happy to host you guys. I'm especially interested in crypto projects with a technical real-world utility. And in particular, anything that seeks to solve gambling problems is going to catch my attention. Now, before we really get into the meat and potatoes, I would like to ask you, as I do everyone, tell us about yourself. Help the community to get to know you on a more personal level.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for having me to begin with. I got into crypto around when the pandemic started. Just like most people. I was still applying to, so I'm 24, I'm going to med school, actually starting in like a week, and so while I was doing my applications and everything, I wanted something to do, so I really got into crypto, just kind of fell in love with it, before the bear market hit, still loving it though, and then I met the WinBinary people from one of our mutual contacts, and I just love the project. They're doing a lot with it. They have like 5 different things that you can do with their token that we'll get into. And, I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. You say you're in med school. That's really cool. I'm an MBA student myself, going for a master's in business administration. What other jobs?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, boss. What other jobs did you get into before you were compelled to join the blockchain revolution?
Ooh, random ones, to be honest. I was a sales associate in the mall at one point. I worked as a caregiver, taking care of like some older gentlemen that needed help, mostly paralyzed, older gentlemen that didn't have many people to take care of them. That was mostly for med school though. I worked at a few sales associate jobs now that I think about it, but that's mostly what I've done.
Okay. What got you started, like kick-started your journey into crypto?
Oh, okay. So actually, it's my little brother. He was super into crypto. He's only a year younger than me, and he had just finished his senior year in college, and so he was the one who was getting into crypto. And then I was like, well, I hear a lot about crypto, but I know nothing about it. And I was so confused at the very beginning with all the gas fees. I was like, why do I have to pay to transfer my funds from this thing to that thing? And what's with all these different wallets? And it was a whole learning curve. But I'm sure everyone goes through a learning curve when they get in. But yeah, he got in. He really liked the idea of the decentralized finance world. And after he explained it to me a bit, I really liked it too. And I think that crypto could really make a change in the world, especially with a bunch of these projects I've seen. WinBinary being one of them for betting and gambling purposes. So I just kind of really like the idea of what crypto could bring to the world.
I'm completely with you there. All right. With that done, let's dive right into it. My first question about WinBinary comes from the homepage. There's a quotation I've pulled. It says, "The BUSDA rewards are reflected from 10% buy and sell tax transactions and a weekly manual reward pooled from all of the listed utilities development revenue 50% share." End quote. Does this make the WINB token the equivalent of a share in a casino's revenue?
I guess you could kind of say that, yeah. How I interpret it is, right. Every buy and sell tax you're going to have on the WINB token is going to be taxed, right?
Yeah.
By 10%. That is then automatically distributed to all the holders. So the more you hold the WINB token, the more reflections you'll get based on the buy and sell tax of other people. Okay. The reward pooled from the listed utilities, that's going to be the 5 different things that we're about to talk about. The things you could do with the WINB token. Those also will have some type of tax, and from that, 50% of that will also go back manually into the anyone holding the token.
Okay. Well, let's get into the 5 things you can do with the WINB token then. What exactly are those? And if we can give a brief rundown, I guess, of how each works.
Perfect. Okay, this is my favorite part, right? Okay, so you buy the WINB token. Okay, that's going to be the native token launching literally this upcoming Monday. I think actually tomorrow's the private sale, which if you join the Discord, you can find out how to become part of that. Okay, the first thing that you have is you could buy a WIN miner, right? So you're gonna buy a WIN miner. You get 8% daily back on whatever you deposited. Okay. Within 12 and a half days, you'll hit your full ROI. So you'll get 100% return on investment. Okay, which means you've now regained your initial investment, and at that point, you're just playing with house money. So for all of your gamblers out there, 12 and a half days, you no longer have any skin in the game. You're playing with house money, so that's always fun with miners, you know. You also get a 12% referral bonus. Now that's a great thing because the more people that you refer to buy a miner means the quicker you get a return on your investment and the quicker you could pull out with your original money.
How much does a miner cost before we continue?
I do believe that there are different miners. I will have to get back to you on that. I believe It depends on which miner you want to buy.
Okay. That makes sense to me as a crypto miner myself. In the real sense, I've got computers doing the work. All right, let's move on. What's the next feature?
The next feature would be the win crash feature. So if you're familiar with any of the crash games, basically we're gonna have a little rocket. He's gonna be going up, up, and up, right? And you're gonna place a bet. Okay, so I think you can bet however much you want. And you'll have a multiplier. Okay. Obviously, the longer you stay in, the more the multiplier goes up, and whenever you pull out, you'll get more money, right? But the thing is, you never know when this rocket's going to crash. So it crashes at random points. It could take a while. It could crash instantly. And if it crashes before you pull out, you lose everything. So big on betting and gambling. Just a fun little game. I didn't think that it would be that popular, and then I just checked it out, and it's actually extremely popular, and I could see why it could get addicting.
Yeah, Crash, as I understand it, is the goal is to be the last bettor, correct?
I believe, yes.
Yeah, so if you are the last person placing a bet, then you are the one who wins, assuming that you're the final person before the crash. Just wanted to make that clear.
But if it crashes, then no one wins anything.
Ah, okay. But before you pull out, that it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, what's our third feature?
The third feature is going to be the last buy jackpot. So every 5 minutes, there's a 5-minute timer. Okay. And if you're the last buy for that 5 minutes, you can win X amount of money, up to 10 times your original investment.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So last buy feature. That's I've seen that on a few projects as well. That one's always a lot of fun because it creates competition. You don't want to be betting all this and not be the last buy. So.
And so these games that we've described so far, are they live right now?
They're gonna go live with the pre-sale, I believe. So you should be able to start playing it this upcoming week.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, the only one that won't be live this upcoming week is going to be Win Trade, which is our 5th option.
Okay.
That's going to come in a little later.
All right. Well, let's go into number 4 then.
Okay. So number 4 is probably the biggest thing that we have going on right now. It's called WinBet, right? So if you know about like any betting systems, usually there's a house. It creates odds, and then you can bet based on those odds. Okay. So the really good thing about this is it is so complementary to decentralized in the fact that there is no house. It's just peer versus peer betting. So I pick a bet, I place my bet. You can now choose to take my bet, edit my bet, or just leave the bet completely. And this is going to be on across all sports for all games. And yeah, so it's going to be completely just peer versus peer based. All the odds are going to be created by the peers. So you are literally just betting against other people that are betting.
Okay. All right, next, I guess, would be the fifth item. What would be our fifth item?
The fifth item is going to be the win trade. Okay, so I'm not too big into options myself. I don't know too much about it, to be completely honest. But it seems like it's going to be something huge. So right, they said so. Quoting from the white paper, we feed to users a real-time huge database of over 500,000 traders in binary options industry. Okay, so I think it's going to be something about those 500,000 traders. I don't know if you know too much about options or forex trading. This one is going to come in later, and they're going to explain it a lot more. And once I have the information on that, I can definitely give some more info on that one.
Okay, so the win trade is basically still in development, essentially.
I would say I believe Glex would know more on it. But the thing is, it's not actually launching this week. The other 4 will be. This one's going to come in later.
Okay. All right, my next question. WinBinary seems to want to fix a lot of different problems with the gambling and gaming spaces. I'm all about that. And my question is, how does WinBinary seek to bring transparency to the world of casinos?
Could you elaborate? What do you mean?
Sure. WinBinary's white paper takes great pains, to elaborate on how WinBinary as a project wants to bring transparency to certain aspects of gambling and gaming that have seemed rather opaque. In a post-data revelation world, particularly with the EU's regulations on odds and gaming affecting even video games with loot boxes and microtransaction schemes, mostly because their odds are opaque and often hard to decipher, as well as when you consider the currency exchanges that these video game developers go through. My question essentially revolves around the plans of WinBinary to resolve basically one, all, or any of the listed transparency and other problems that are commonly associated with any kind of gambling or gaming platform.
I see. Okay, so this is perfect. I would honestly just go straight to WinBet at this point, right? So What you mentioned was that it's the odds are obscure, and basically the problem would be with the house, correct? The fact
I'm just a business student, and I don't exactly have a encyclopedic knowledge of the gambling industry, to be completely fair.
Gotcha.
That said, my personal observations about the gaming industry do revolve a lot around house odds and their indecipherability, or either by design or by accident.
Yep. Okay, so I wasn't too big into gambling myself, just because of that same thing, right? You always know that the house wins, right? Casinos stay open because the house always wins. Even if you win something, a lot of other people, 100 people before you, were going to have to lose, right? And it's because they do this odds, they make these algorithms to make sure that they always come out on top, correct? If you think about it, even on sports betting, right? Say you're betting $100 and there's a $10 fee, right? If they can even out their books, 50 people are betting one way, 50 people are betting the other way, right? No matter which side wins, the 50 people the 50% that bet one way will just pay out the others, and the house comes out with all the fees, right? Which adds up in the end. So that's the thing, right? House always wins, and it just makes for gambling harder, and it makes you feel like it's harder for you to win even if you know what's going on, right? The thing is with WinBinary, right? It takes out all that house stuff, right? There is no house. So it's only peer versus peer. So it's basically me and you going to dinner and being like, hey, I'm placing $50 on the Braves winning this baseball game. I'm placing $50 on the Dodgers winning this baseball game, right? Dodgers won, bet. you won the pot. That's basically what this does. It takes out all of those extra factors. There's no manipulation that can go on because it's literally just peer versus peer.
So it's in terms of sports betting, it's not going to be like Paddy Power, for example, where there's a huge institution known worldwide for its odds and sports infrastructure, but rather, instead of you betting against a kind of house bookie, you're betting against other users. Do I have this correct?
Yep, it's only peer versus peer. So yep, it would be just against other users.
That's fascinating. How does the peer-to-peer functionality work?
Well, basically, say I come in. I'm just a regular investor. I would come in, say I know a lot about baseball, to be honest. So I would say, okay, Braves are my favorite team. They won the World Series last year. I know that their starting lineup is good, and I know that they can probably beat the Phillies. Sorry for any Phillies fans. Right, so I see that they have a game going on this Thursday, right? And I know the starting pitchers, I know the lineup, I'm pretty sure they'll win. I place a bet on the Braves winning, right? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other bets that you can place, like you would normally be able to place on a betting thing, not just on who wins, on whatever inning is going on, what the score is going to be. Either way, I place whatever bet I want, right? And then someone else comes in, right? Now he's a hardcore Phillies fan. He knows something I don't. Maybe the Braves pitcher was drunk out last night and he won't be able to play, right? So they're switching their starting pitcher to some backup pitcher, right?
Yep.
At that point, they're like, okay, I like this bet because I know that the Phillies are actually going to take this game, so I'm going to go ahead and bet on the Phillies. So he takes my bet, right? Or edits my bet. He can edit the bet as well. And then basically game goes on. Whoever wins takes the pot. So it'll literally just be based on an investor coming in, placing a bet, other investors coming in, either liking the bet, not liking the bet, taking the bet, not taking the bet, and it'll just be literally. I want to say it's going to be like a community coming in and being like, "Oh, I like this baseball talk. I'm going to come bet on the baseball games."
I was going to say this seems to be a sort of internet blockchain solution to those card games and informal sports bets you'd have with your friends. You're just sort of using blockchain tech to formalize the informal betting.
Yeah, that's giving informal betting a structure, right? Without giving the house or any formal,
an institution.
Yeah, no institution. Just creating it so that way the bets are safe and secure. But it's just gonna be you and your buddies, or random people taking your bet. Who knows? But
yeah, if there's no house and it's all peer to peer, then how is the platform going to sustain itself?
See, that's if you go back to our first question, remember, with the weekly manual rewards pool. Mm-hmm. From every bet, I'm sure there's going to be a little fee. Probably nothing noticeable to the people taking the bet. Sort of like a gas fee, I want to say. And that little fee is going to obviously add up the more people that place bets, that take bets, And with that, 50% is going back to the users originally, right? So don't even think like, oh, okay, so this is the institution, taking like the bookie taking the 10% or whatever. It's not going to be anywhere near that high. It's going to be something super small, and 50% goes back to you. The other 50% is what's going to keep the protocol going. Going to go feed into the token, be used for whatever purposes that they vote on within the DAO, whatever. But yeah, that's basically the little tax is what's going to keep the protocol sustained. Okay. And with all the utilities, we should have people, the whole point of this is based on community. So if the community's into it, the community's liking what we're doing, the community grows, that should in itself sustain the protocol.
Fascinating. WinMiner is a WinMiner an NFT? Like how does buying a WinMiner work?
I don't think it's an NFT, no. So WinBinary is going to be like your regular miners, right? So you say, I don't know the prices off the top of my head, to be completely honest. Say there's a miner for $500, right? So you buy the $500 miner, okay? Next day you come on, you get 8% of that 500, right? Every day. So you come on, you can claim your 8%. That goes back straight into your wallet. and every day you come back, you claim that 8%. 12 and a half days, you'll have 100. You'll have 100% ROI, and at that point, you can choose to reinvest. You can choose to just keep claiming. That's basically how it'll work.
Okay. It advertises an 8% daily staking rewards quote. Is that an 8% APY or a flat 8% per day?
No, 8% ROI. So if I chose to invest $500, right? I bought a $500 miner. I would get 8% of what I invested back each day. Okay. So say I
In
chose
what
to invest,
form? Is that in WINB token?
I believe there's going to be WinB and BUSD miners.
Oh,
So
interesting.
yeah, I believe you buy with WinB, and then you can either choose. I believe you buy with WinB, and you either choose to be rewarded in BUSD or the native WinB token.
Is that a one-shot choice, or can you switch?
I believe once you buy it, it's a one-shot choice, but you can always choose to buy the other miner as well.
Oh, okay. So you just buy more, basically. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's one way to do it. Okay, my final question before I kick it to the community. The protocol focuses heavily on sports betting, which we've already talked about, but this is an arena that's generally highly regulated. Is WinBinary as a project equipped with the legal tools necessary to navigate gaming commissions and otherwise ensure that the distributions it does with regards to sports betting are fair?
I'm sorry. Could you ask that question, the last part of the question again?
Oh, certainly. The sports betting arena highly regulated by gaming commissions. My formal question is WinBinary equipped with lawyers, legal tools, consultants necessary to navigate the world of international gambling commissions and ensure that the distributions that it will do with regard to sports betting, which I remind everyone is very highly regulated, are fair?
Okay, so about in terms of it being fair, considering there's no house and it's just peer versus peer and it's all automated, it will be fair. About the lawyers and having the legal backing, I believe obviously that is something that we would need to get. I don't know if we already have it. I would have to talk to Glex to see what contacts we already have.
Okay.
But if we don't already have it, we will get the backing necessary to be able to run the protocol, obviously. Yeah.
That's probably the deepest cut question I plan to ask because in my opinion, that reveals a lot, right? If the project came to the table right away, like, oh yeah, we've got lawyers, we're ready to go, or I'm not sure. That's the difference, right? It's a very important thing to say, oh yeah, we're on top of it, we're thinking about it, versus, oh shit, we didn't consider that.
Oh, I got you. No, I'm sure Glex has considered everything. So Glex is the developer and owner behind it. Like I said, I'm a little new to the team, so forgive me. I know I don't know all the answers. I will definitely get back to him and get all these answers for you, though.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he's obviously thought about all of this. He's been planning WinBinary for a while now. Yeah, with the legal backing, he should. If he doesn't already have it, I'm sure he will be getting it.
And the on that same token, my follow-up to that would be, is the development team building this protocol doxed?
Yes. I believe they already have. If they didn't mention it already, they're already KYC'd with Truth Seekers, and they are getting 2 audits, actually.
Okay. Cool.
I do not remember who the audits were with. Let me get back to you on that.
No worries. There are a number of places you can go to get audits in the crypto spaces these days. Some of more reliability than others.
Okay, yeah. No, they were big names. Hold on. I can get back to you. Just give me 1 second. I'll get you the names.
No worries. While you're looking that up.
Solid proof audit.
Oh, say again?
A solid proof?
Solid proof. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, since I don't have any more follow-ups, if you're ready for it, I will turn it over to community questions.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Generally everyone's favorite part of the show. Okay, first community question comes from Master Halo 40. I would like to know how the reward system for the holders works and why you chose that the rewards for holders would be in stablecoin like BUSDA and not in a different crypto that has volatile value.
Sorry. Master Halo 40. Okay, I just found it.
Yeah, that's question 1 from the community.
Well, the rewards being in a stable coin, just, generally it makes people, want to, use it because you'd be getting your token back in something that's for sure, like if you're supposed to get $50 back, you'd be getting $50 back, no fear of the fall or it's because of the volatility. You would rather not have the volatility with your earnings, I would assume.
Well, I guess it depends on your appetite for risk, right? We're in a crypto community. Some of these folks have incredible appetites for risk.
But see, at that point, that's why we have the WinBinary native token and the BUSD, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you can choose your risk, basically.
Yeah. Master Halo's second question. Are you planning to start using NFTs on WinBinary and expand to other blockchains like Solana, Avalanche, Ethereum, Cosmos, etc., for the hope of attracting more attention and people?
Yeah, I'm sure that so it's obviously not going to be right now. NFTs are coming, but we would like to get the launch over with first before we actually launch any NFTs.
Okay. Makes sense to me, boss. Patrick Bateman asks, what makes WinBinary different from other betting crypto sites? What does it offer that wouldn't be offered anywhere else?
So first, the peer versus peer betting system. So WinBet is by far the most unique thing that I've seen in this project. It can go so far because there's no house, and it is literally like I said, two buddies going to dinner, placing a bet, and that is the end of it. There's no back end tricks to it or anything like that. Not only that, though, you also have your other 4 big income streams that you could do with the WIN token. So the native token will have a lot of utility, I would say, that comes with it. That's what makes this different, but the WIN bet is definitely the biggest part, is what I would say.
Okay. Patrick's second question, what can you do with WINB? I was checking out the site, but it's really confusing as I'm not a frequent user of crypto, I'm assuming they mean D-app or betting sites. They also suggest that the team improves their SEO because the website had a different URL and it was only accessible from the subreddit.
I see. Okay, I will definitely talk to Glex about that, see if we can get that issue fixed. And with that, so what you could do with WinB, it's all the 5 utilities that we talked about previously. I don't know if you want me to go back through them, but literally,
you don't have
you could
to.
buy the
Any users who missed it, it'll be on the VOD, so you don't have to go over anything we've already gone over. But if you want to highlight for anyone else, that's totally fine.
I gotcha. So yeah, five different utilities that come with it. All of those are done with the WinB token. And the website is really confusing as I'm not a frequent. Okay, so with the website, I would like to actually know what exactly confused you. If it is confusing, I know that we have 5 or 6 YouTube videos explaining the website now. So if you want me, I could link those to you so that way they could explain it a little bit better.
Oh yeah,
I could
certainly
try to run through it. Yeah.
If you want to, anyone who's got those videos, if you want to post them in chat, or if Patrick has additional questions, feel free to drop them in there.
Gotcha. Yeah, Patrick, if you have any additional questions, definitely just drop them in there. We'll get back to you.
All right. Next question comes from Sahal, who asks, why did WinBinary choose the Binance Smart Chain to deploy the project?
I actually was not part of the decision making for that, so I'm not sure why they chose it. I'm sure there's a reason. To be honest, I do like the BSC chain, right? Gas fees are low. You don't really get that much lag. The user population's pretty high, so that's what I would assume is why they chose it. Is there a reason why you wouldn't choose the BSC chain? Could I ask?
Well,
Sahal that?
I imagine that BSC's commonality and ease of token release is going to be one of the key reasons to choose it. It'll be easier to build on than say Ethereum. But that's just me speculating.
Yeah. I also think it probably has something to do with the popularity. I believe that BSC is just a pretty popular chain, so that way, we can hit as many users as possible.
Okay. If Sahal, if you have any follow-ups on that as to usability of other chains or suggestions you want to make, I'm sure our friend here would be happy to take them back to the team.
Yep.
And Arthex asks, what are your intentions for usability with WinBinary's future release of NFTs? Because on their site, I saw that it says coming soon, so the NFTs aren't quite there. And his follow-up to that would be, how's the progress on the NFT side of things going?
So I think, like I said before, with the NFTs, they're coming. I don't exactly know what we're going to be using them for yet. I believe Glex knows more on that. He's going to release the info soon though. But we're trying to release the launch first with the DApp and get these 4 utilities running first, and then more info on the NFTs will come later.
Okay. Arthix's second question is actually an especially socially important and conscious one. Will you provide any features like, for example, a warning about how much people have bet for those who might have problems with compulsive gambling? For example, a reminder that they've already lost $100 today, for example.
That's a really good thing, actually. We obviously don't want to hurt anyone, and compulsive gambling is a problem, so that is something that we could definitely look into. We could have a warning label first on the website. Make sure that they read the wave. Maybe make sure they read a disclaimer. And Glex just confirmed there will be a disclaimer. Thanks, Glex. So there will be a disclaimer, and we'll try to obviously stop any compulsive gambling, so that way no one hurts themselves with this project, because it is supposed to be just for fun and and hopefully make some money on the way.
Yeah, because in particular, I've levied that exact criticism against big companies like Activision Blizzard for Diablo Immortal, as I call it. And that game's incredibly predatory anti-consumer monetization. I would hope that any casino or gambling platform that seeks peer-to-peer integration will be more provably fair.
Yeah.
Which goes straight to our next user question from Raisin Bran. Are you guys going to be running a provably fair gambling system?
Yep. That is one thing I can 100% promise you. There is going to be no house odds on the table. So everything in the betting is going to be literally just you and your peers. An investor comes in, he wants to place a bet. No, I want to say bias. Not bias isn't the right word. No, there's going to be no shady business going on.
No prejudice.
And all the contracts are currently being audited. So that way you guys can also see everything that's going on with that and make sure, and you guys can double check over us. But there will be no shady business going on with this at all.
We like transparency around here.
Yeah.
All right. Raisin's second question. For betting, will you be adding client and server seeds for viable bettors, i.e. filtering out the bot bettors?
Oh, okay. So, bots are, crypto is riddled with bots. The problem is that with bots, I'm not a coder, but from what I've understood is that you can't stop all bots, right? So we will obviously try to have our best security in place. If we see any bots, we will try to kick them out, get them not to be able to access the D app or whatever, ban their wallet. I don't know. But yes, we are going to try our best not to have botters in the D app. Yes, that is 100%. We would not want the bots there. It is supposed to be completely fair, just for the users. Yeah.
Okay. Next question comes from Doomer. I'm not a gambler. I also don't have much knowledge about big financial terms like dividends. How could WinBinary be helpful to a layman like me?
Well, that's, I would say that falls on our team. So we have a lot of great people on the team. Anyone, if you at anyone, they will be willing to help and explain. And me as well. If you want to just at me in the chat, I can help explain. I honestly am not too big on terms either. I Google a lot of terms. Like I said, I got into this at the beginning of the pandemic, and it was a huge learning curve for me. So same, I know exactly what you're going through. Trust me, everyone in here has gone through it too, even if they don't want to help you. Everyone had to learn at some point. You know what I mean?
Amen.
So, yeah.
Amen. Absolutely right. Doomer's second question: how is your system decentralized if every decision taken and improvement made is done by the organization? Isn't this just like a normal betting platform with a crypto twist?
See, but that's not actually what's happening. See, so with WinBet, right? I know I keep going back to WinBet, but it's the biggest thing on there. We have the organization's going to have no control over WinBet. The investors are going to make the bets. They are going to take the bets. They are going to do everything with the bets. The only thing is they're just going to be using the D app. With the WinMiner, we have no say in it. We're going to launch the WinMiner, and then after that, you buy it, you don't buy it. It's up to you. With WinCrash, it's automated. The organization has nothing to do with it. It's literally, it just crashes randomly according to the algorithm that it's set for. With the last buy jackpot, if someone buys, great. If someone doesn't buy for the next 5 minutes and you were the last buy, you win. There's nothing that we can do to stop that or edit that. You know what I'm saying? So the organization's gonna have no way of launching anything, of editing anything once it's launched.
Okay. Tuyul asks, WinMiner, is it like staking?
So a miner is like staking, I would say, but instead of with staking, right? So if you're talking about, I assume you're talking about like a home fork, right? You stake.
That's what I'm thinking.
You could pull out, right? So with a miner, though, you buy the miner, right? So basically at $500, I keep going back to that just so we could have an easy number. Say I put in the $500, I buy a miner, right? You can't pull out that $500 anymore. You get 8% back on that $500 every day, okay? And then in 12 and a half days, you've already made back your investment. Does that make sense?
Incredible. That's just incredible. It's hard to believe, but it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Tuyul's second question. You guys call WINB the best token for gaming. That is a bold statement. Can you explain that? And before I let you, I feel like I should clarify for our non-English speaking audience, when WinBinary says they're a gaming token, I'm fairly confident they mean gaming in the sense of Las Vegas or sports betting gaming.
Yep.
So don't think that WinBinary is going to be the next Axie, because I don't think that's what they're doing.
No, yeah. With gaming, we're talking about betting, gambling, that type of gaming. I guess we could say adult gaming to just give it like more of a narrower view. It's not going to be used for games. We will be doing table games in the future, but that is also down the line after we launch the official D app. Dice and cards.
And to keep in mind, to some people, adult gaming means raiding in Warcraft for 6 hours. So.
Oh, I mean, same. I 100% understand that. I'm a big gamer myself, so when I said adult gaming as a way to try to differentiate the two, maybe I could say I don't know how would you just gambling and betting. We'll keep it that way.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, next question comes from Albedo. Can I split reward, or can I only mine one that I'm mining? I believe the answer to that is that when you purchase the miner will have a set token that it rewards you in at the time of purchase, and you will know that at the time of purchase. So when you buy a WINB miner, it will give you WINB tokens. If you buy a WinBinary BSC miner, it'll give you BSC tokens. Do I have that right?
Okay, so yes, I think so, but I actually think that the miner you buy rewards you in both at a percentage. I do have to get back to Glex on that because I do not remember if you have to buy a separate miner or not. Like buy a BSD miner or a WINB miner. I believe that it rewards.
Huh. Well, if it's a split, then theoretically, the split would be the split. Like, if you're going to get some BSC, you'll get some WINB, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. So it's a split. It'll be a split miner, unless otherwise informed, I guess. All right, the next question comes...
Sorry, no,
Oh.
I was wrong. Glex just confirmed. No, they're two separate miners. He was right at first.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so if you buy a WINB miner, you get WINB tokens. You buy BSC, you get BSC.
Yep.
All right. Well, that clarifies that. Our next question from Sahal. Explain the token distribution. How much will the team hold?
Ooh, I do not see that question. From Sahal.
It'll be near the top. We're closing in on the end here. There's not that many more. We're making good time here.
Oh, okay. Sorry, could you ask the question again? I don't know why I can't find that one.
That's okay. So I'll ask if you can explain how many tokens the team currently will hold per the token distribution, and then they have a follow-up as well.
So Glex confirmed that we are actually betting team tokens, about 10%.
Okay. Sahal's follow-up is that peer-to-peer betting has some difficulty when most people will bet for one side and less people will bet the other side, meaning there won't be anyone betting against you. My question is how the platform would tackle this situation.
You know, that's a good question. So I guess that would be the problem with peer-to-peer, right? So Glex says that we will have a bet maker and a bet taker. Okay. So this is the thing, right? So say I place my bet, right? For the bet to go through, someone has to take you on the bet. Okay, and so say I make a bet, I can set the odds and volume, but I'm a peer. I'm the one who's setting it, right? I'm not the what's it called? It's not the organization. I'm just a regular investor, right?
You're not the bookie.
So I'm not the bookie. I'm just a regular investor. But say I want to set this bet. Okay, so I'm gonna set this odds and everything. And so basically, every user is their own house. Okay, he sets a bet. He says that this is basically what I think, right? Now another person can edit the bet, take the bet, or and right. And so it's going to be basically like someone has to take you up on your bet.
Okay. Interesting.
Also, the team tokens are in the docs, by the way.
Yes, can confirm that. Okay, next question comes from Fair Prince. I would like to know, as per the current market situation, how long your company expects to continue its, I'm assuming, stablecoin dividends for the coming future. The question is concerning essentially the state of the bear market with relation to the dividend scheme and how sustainable it is.
Okay, so with that, I would say, so we're gonna have LPs paired to BUSD. I would say, I don't know if we have a set time frame for it. I believe that we're going to keep it going. The dividends are going to keep on going as long as we can. If anything does change and then for some reason it is not sustainable, we will obviously make an announcement beforehand. But I do believe that we will keep it going as long as we can, obviously. And hopefully, if the community grows and this takes off like it should, we won't run into that issue.
So any rate adjustments or rewards adjustments would be announced before being made?
Yeah, if it was needed.
Okay. Fair Prince's second question. Do you have any plans to bring the WINB token to tip.cc? And if you don't, what exchanges is WinBinary planning to target?
Sorry, could you ask that one more time?
Sure. For your information, tip.cc.
Okay, found it.
Yeah. tip.cc is a crypto-based wallet that is fairly non-custodial, and it's run by several very nice Bulgarian gentlemen in the Discord community. It represents a wallet and a tipping ecosystem for a lot of us, and projects often use tip.cc as a way to spread token holder ownership throughout a community ecosystem such as Discord.
I'm so sorry. You cut out like crazy for a few seconds there, so I didn't hear what you asked.
No problem. I was just giving you some context on tip.cc.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Tip.cc is a crypto wallet that is semi-custodial. You can only access your holdings through your Discord account, and it's run by some very nice Bulgarian gentlemen who provided it as a solution to creating a crypto tipping ecosystem within Discord. And many projects use tip.cc as a way to spread holders of their token within specifically Discord and Telegram.
Okay.
And his question is if you guys have any plans to try to bring your token to tip.cc, and if you don't, what exchanges and platforms you are planning to bring it to.
So I'm pretty sure Glex will be open to getting our token everywhere. Yeah, he just confirmed we'll consider many of them. So anywhere that we could get our token out to reach more people, why not? That's what I would say.
Gotcha. All right.
tip.cc could be an option. That is definitely on the table.
Yeah, I guess they'll bring that back to the team and look into the possibility.
Yeah.
Our next question comes from Element. Will WinBet support all kinds of sports? Racing, fighting, traditional, international, etc.?
Yep. Every sport you can think of. And obviously, if you know of a sport that we don't have, I would just bring it up to the team and we'll add it in. Like, that's I believe that'll be a simple fix.
Okay.
But yes, we want it to have every sport you can think of. We want it to be a complete betting platform, so anyone who wants to place a bet and doesn't want to deal with a house has a place to go.
And as everyone knows, no betting platform is complete unless it features cricket and badminton.
Yep. Oh, and we plan on bringing esports on there as well. Just a heads up.
Ooh, okay. Now you've got my attention.
Everything you can think of. We're going to try to have it on there.
Oh, I can only see it now. FaZe Clan to lose its next league championship. I'm putting $100. All right, Element's second question. 50% of the fees you mentioned are going back into WinBet. How are those fees being distributed? And is the process transparent to the user base?
Yes, everything that is going to be done is going to be transparent to the user base. It'll be announced. We will not be doing anything behind the scenes. No, everything that we do will be known, right? And obviously, everything's going to be open to the public. So, everyone can double check over us. They're going to know the wallets, the contract, everything.
Cool.
And everything will be on the contract.
Cool. All right. Next question from Trust Agent. Will WinBet have a customer care service that can help assist you while using the site? Basically, are you guys going to have CSRs?
I mean, if it gets big enough and we need that, yes. Glex just confirmed, yes, and online chat, so you can chat while you're on there.
Well, cool.
24/7.
Any of you gambler degens want to get hired as a crypto casino CSR, you know where to go. All right, next question comes from Barbie Girl. When will WinBinary's NFT interface and platform be launching? If you know.
No info on it yet. We wanna like I said, we wanna finish the D app first, get that launched, and then after that we'll be discussing the NFTs. So to be announced.
Okay. Adito Kunbo.
Ooh,
love this
Glex
name.
did say I could say 2 months max.
2 months max. Okay, so give or take little 60 days. Sometime between 8 to 12 weeks, give or take. Okay. Yeah. Next question comes from Adeto Kunbo, whose name I like very much. What was the igniting idea that led to the formulation of this super platform, as it seems to have everything that a crypto enthusiast might want?
I love this guy. I love how he describes it. Super platform. That's awesome. But that's the thing, right? So we're all investors. I'm sure all of us started as investors. So, I'd say, Glex just said most of us are backgrounds in gamers and bettors. So that's the thing. I mean, they got together, decided what they wanted to do, what they wanted to see, what they didn't have in the crypto market, but they wanted in the crypto market, and they put it together. So that's kind of what sparked the idea of putting it all on one D app.
Okay. Yeah. Adeto Kumbo's second question. WinBinary, quite a unique name. How did you guys come up with it?
Oh, that would have to be a question for Glex. Like I said, I was new to the team, so I came after all of these starting decisions. Glex got the name. he just confirmed. He came up with the name.
Well, I mean, it's in a casino sense, right? The house is always winning, whether you're winning or losing. But if the win itself is binary, then it means that you are either winning or losing, and there is no in between.
Yeah.
That's kind of the implication.
It's all peer versus peer. Literally everything actually on the D app is peer versus peer. Win crash, peer versus peer. Last bet, peer versus peer. Obviously the win miner, it's just you buy it and you make money.
You buy
hopefully.
it, you stake, and you get some earnings.
Yeah, basically as long as the protocol is running, you're making money on win miner. And win bet, peer versus peer. There's no house, so you're literally, it's your knowledge, and you're either winning or losing. Fair bets.
All right. M. Mahar asks, can you please shed some light on what the live dealer functionality is and how it could be embedded into the blockchain network?
So I would assume the live dealer functionality will be brought in later. Nope. Glex just said no live dealer.
No live dealer?
No live dealer.
That's fascinating. How is that going to work?
It's all going to be handled by the contract, which will be in the audit, so everyone can check over that.
Wild. Okay. Mahar's second question, which main areas of expertise are you guys going to focus on with regards to the supply chain network to overcome the problems of service providers? And I believe he's alluding to crypto platforms' oft-dependent nature when it comes to, say, Amazon Web Services and centralized authority. The platforms that claim to be decentralized often are not.
To be honest, I don't understand the question. So what's the question exactly? Sorry.
Well, it's essentially a question of security and dependency. Say that we're talking about not a gambling site, but a crypto exchange. If you guys were running a crypto exchange that was back-end dependent on Amazon Web Services, then in my humble opinion, that project or exchange cannot claim to be decentralized for the reason that it needs Amazon Web Services to run. And if Amazon Web Services suffers an outage, like the Cloudflare outage that happened a few weeks ago, then essentially that whole platform is dead in the water.
Glex just confirmed that we're using Morales servers,
Okay.
so I guess that shouldn't be a problem. Well, we're not using Amazon.
Well, that's all I need to hear anyway. Okay. And our final question from the community thus far: does WinBinary have a listing on CoinMarketCap?
I would have to ask Glex on that. If we don't, I mean, yes, we have the plans.
Okay, cool. So you guys are working on getting a listing with CMC.
Yeah.
All right, we have another question came in. The second question from Albedo. What kind of esports are you aiming to include with WinBet? We know the several most well-known would be like Dota 2, presumably League as well, and CSGO. Are those on the radar, or any other games on the radar?
Yep, any big ones. And like I said, if there's one that there's like a population for, or a community for, and we don't have it on the server, I'm sure that we're gonna try to get it on there.
Awesome.
Yeah. So definitely, if you have one that you for sure want on there, I would just make sure to open a ticket in the chat. Let the team know, and then that way we can see if it's going to be available. But yes, we're trying to get as many / all esports, sports, anything that you can bet on there.
Okay. We do have some more questions coming in. EB asks, will you soon be accepting betting in other main cryptos?
I believe that could be in the future. Obviously we'd like to get the WinBet token up and running, get the DApp running, but future plans, Glex just confirmed yes. Oh, and to Common Trader, why is Glex not here? So Glex is not actually great at speaking in English, right? So he's the one who came up with the project, he's the owner, but I'm kind of just filling in so that way I can convey the information better. You're right, he does have more of the information. Like I said, anything I don't know, I will run it by Glex, and I will make sure to get back to you guys. Any questions you guys have, definitely just at me in the chat if you guys want to come to the server later. Yeah, I just want to make sure I hit on that real quick. But yes, Glex is the one with all the more information, but I can convey it better, is what I wanted to say.
Okay. EB's second question. Let's say someone manages to secure a massive win. They withdraw their winnings and swap it straight to Buzzda. I bet this would affect the BWin price dearly. Are there any prevention measures to ensure this price stability of the BWin token?
Sorry, I'm gonna. Can you read that one more time? Let's say someone.
Sure. Yeah, let's say somebody secures a big win. They withdraw their winnings and they swap their BWin winnings into Buzzda, essentially liquidating the BWin tokens and putting them back into market supply. EB's suggesting this would have big negative effects for the market price of BWin, and is wondering if there are any protocol prevention measures or smart contract measures to ensure that the BWin token remains price stable, even if people are cashing it out.
Yep, gotcha. So there's a few things that we have. First, the burning tax. Okay. So every buy and sell is going to be taxed 10%. The second thing is we're going to be opening up betting with stable tokens, we are going to launch our own stable token, WinUSD, right? And we're going to have manual burns. So we're going to have a few things in place to kind of combat that if people are trying to liquidate. But the thing is, right, is it's all about betting, right? So the whole thing is on community. If we have a large enough community, people actually want to keep this going, people want to bet, people want to stay in, right? Then, we shouldn't run into that issue of, it's being liquidated too much.
Okay. Intriguing. Alrighty, users. Anyone else have any final questions for WinBinary? We are approaching the hour mark. Normally it takes me longer to get through the questions, but we made incredible time today. And I just want to open it up one more time. Any community questions related to the project? Comment reader. Love you, bro. How's everybody doing? I'm doing great. I hope everyone else is doing great.
Same, I'm doing well.
All right. I guess that concludes the community question portion of the AMA, and I will go ahead and get us ready to count down out. I don't want to take up too much of your valuable time. Okay. Excellent, everyone. As always, my name is Nexus. It's been a pleasure for being your host for this AMA today. We were joined by Andy from WinBinary and, I guess by proxy, the chief developer, Glex. This program was brought to you by the Wolves of Alt Street and WinBinary. As always, this program does not necessitate financial advice and represented merely information for your consumption. What you choose to do with it is up to you. We will be having a post-AMA discussion where I will voice some of my own thoughts about the viability and future of this project after this stream, which will itself also be streamed for the first time. I don't normally stream that, but I've had a lot of requests to stream the post-show. So give me 5 to 10 minutes, and we will be back with the post-show action where we will have some Wolfies on stage if you guys want to come talk, and we'll chat about the project. Also, Andy will be joining us if he would like to help us select winners of the best question contest.
Alrighty, yeah, I'd love to. And thank you guys for having me. I know that I wasn't able to answer everyone's question to the fullest. I do hope that you guys did get a kind of an idea of what WinBinary is about. And if you guys do have any more questions, I'll obviously just at me. I'll try to help. And I'll try to get, whatever answers I don't know, I'll get Glex to answer. So, yeah, thank you guys.
Awesome. All righty. We'll be going to the post show momentarily.